Hi, and welcome to this episode of the Community Update. Today, we are talking about how we improved the water, including adding a nice foam line, and the rocks on the West Cornwall Local route. Let's get started. The Cornish main line is pretty famous for its unbelievable landscape, and, especially in Penzance, sections along the coast. To replicate these sections best as we can, we knew we needed to improve the water drastically to do the area justice. We smoothed out the obvious tiling edge on the overall water texture, which was a nice improvement. To make it even more realistic, we animated the water and added a nice line of foam to it where it laps against the coast, especially on next-gen consoles and PC. As you can see, the water is moving back and forth, like it would do in real life, with the foam following the waterline. For the foam, we used a pretty new Unreal Engine technique that allows us to calculate where the landscape and environment art is in this scene. What you can see on the screen right now is a visual debug mode for this technique. The system then calculates the distance between the water mesh and the actual landscape, and then adds in the foam texture where it needs to be. To make it more immersive, we added movement to the water. This was done using the master material and a mathematical function to move the water mesh up and down by a calculated value. This looks even cooler when looking at rock formations, as we have them on the branch line to St. Ives, because the water interacts with these rocks as we can see. Speaking of interactions with rock, these rocks are modeled specifically for the West Cornwall Local route too. For these rocks, one of our artists created a basic organic shape in the 3D software, which was then exported to ZBrush. We then spent a lot of time experimenting with different brushes and shapes to create the most realistic looking rocks. Since the poly count was incredibly high in these models, we needed to make a low poly version of it to prevent it from hitting the performance too hard. We then took this low poly version into Max, where it was cleaned up. It was then imported into Substance Painter as this white piece. And this is where the magic happens. With the help of ambient occlusion and normal maps, we bring back the details in the texture, which were in the actual model before. From there, we are adding layer by layer to make it as realistic as possible. This was done using different shapes and sizes of rocks. And in-game, they work like a building kit for any rock formation you can imagine. That was a quick preview of the updated water and rocks to make this route come alive. We hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos.